So this week on MissionOtaku, we're talking about basically if we could take our favorite TV show and turn it into an anime, talk about it basically. So to start off, my favorite TV show is The Golden Girls. I absolutely love this show. It is so funny. It is, oh my god, this is just one of my favorite shows of all time. It probably is my favorite show. I just love it. I don't think this would work as a manga. It might, but I think it would work better as an anime, just because it's just so fun to watch, and I don't know, it just feels like it needs to be an anime rather than a manga. So the animation, that's a little kind of hard. I mean, my favorite animation studio is Bones, but I don't know, they do better at doing like darker series, like they did Wolf's Rain and Darker Than Black, and they did one comedy which was Ouran High Host Club, but Ouran is not like Golden Girls at all, and I don't even want to connect the two at all. But I don't know, I guess I would either pick either Gainax, who did the animation for Gurren Lagann, or Sunrise. I really like Sunrise, who did the animation for the Gundam series, and I think those would be good animation studios to work on this series, even though do they do comedy? I don't know if they do comedy, but still, the animation would work with the series, I still think so. And finally, we have to talk about the cast. This took me a long time to figure out because I just love the cast of the Golden Girls. They're just such unique. Just the voices are so unique, and it's hard to pick a voice or voice actor to, you know, play a certain character because I just love their roles already. But I think I picked a pretty good cast, so let's do this. First, I wasn't going to pick an area to dub it in because I couldn't really think of what voice actors would play what characters. But then I decided to actually just pick an area. So I decided to do Vancouver. So first we have Dorothy. I think that Kelly Sheridan could play a really good Dorothy, mostly because of Sango. I think Sango is kind of like Dorothy in some ways. Dorothy is a very independent woman, and she doesn't take any crap from anybody, and she's just so hilarious and awesome. Dorothy is just such a great, I like Dorothy, so I think that Kelly Sheridan would play a good Dorothy. Rose was a little bit harder to cast, because if I were going to stick with Vancouver, I only really thought of one person to play her, and that would be Shannon Chan Kent. I think she would play a good Rose because she played Misa, and also the character Christina in Double O, and I think those two characters are really airheaded, and Rose is very airheaded, so I think that would work, having Shannon Chan Kent as Rose, but I don't really like Misa that much, so I also had another idea instead of her. My initial first idea was to have Leah Sargent play Rose, who played Millie in Trigun. I think Millie and Rose kind of have a lot in common. They just kind of seem like the same kind of character. So either Shannon Chan Kent or, I forgot the name, Leah Sargent as Rose. I think that Lisa Ann Belly could play a good Blanche, mostly because of Sumeragi Lee Noriega from Gundam 00. I think they're kind of similar characters, I mean, Blanche is a whore, but, and I don't know, I just can't really describe why. Oh, well, there is one reason why. Well, Sumeragi doesn't wear a bra. That's the biggest reason why I cast Lisa Ann Belly as Blanche. And yes, I'm a guy. I noticed that she's not wearing a bra. I don't know if she could do the southern accent. She might be able to. I mean, I don't know. A southern accent is kind of easy to you know, imitate. But so maybe, I don't know. I think she would do a good Blanche, though. I think she would play a good Blanche. And then this next one's kind of a joke. It's not really a joke. It's a good idea, I think. I would have Kathy Westlick play Sophia. And I wanted to cast her as Sophia, mostly I think it was because I wanted, it would just, I don't know, it just seems like she could play a good Sophia, and also it would make a really good joke, because Cassie Westlick plays Dorothy in Gundam Wing, and Lisa Ann Belly plays Raylina, and so since Lisa Ann Belly would play Blanche, and Cassie Westlick would play Sophia would call her Blanche a whore all the time, and that would be kind of funny, like saying Dorothy calls Raylena a whore all the time. I just thought that would be a funny joke. I think Britt would kind of enjoy that. And also, like Sumeragi was played by Lisa Annabelli, and there was a character in Double O that Kathy Westlick played that was they were kind of friends, so I don't know. Just kind of felt like they would work together, so I don't know, I just thought that would be funny. There are a couple of supporting characters in the Golden Girls, like Miles, and I think that Michael Dobson would play a good Miles. I think he would use the voice as like Sergei Smirnov from Double O. I think that would be a good voice to use to play Miles, who is Rose's boyfriend in Golden Girls. And then the last character in this TV show that's kind of like another main side supporting character is Stan, who is Dorothy's ex-husband who left her for a younger woman, and moved to Hawaii. And I think that Scott McNeil would play a good Stan, mostly because of Koga. I think because Koga's kind of like has that attitude of like, I will make you my woman, and that's kind of like how Stan is kind of. He always comes back to Dorothy because he's so, you know, unindependent. He's so dependent on her, and he can't get his life back in order, so he comes to her all the time. And I just think that Scott McNeil would play a really funny Stan. I think that'd be great. So that is my Golden Girls cast and my Golden Girls anime TV show. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next week, and we will see Noah tomorrow.